Part 2. My piece of shit camera just turned off. Fantastic. All right, well, maybe I shouldn't minimize. Maybe I should do... We're going to try something. Yes. Light still on? Good. All right, I don't know when it ended. I just looked up and noticed the light wasn't on anymore. Okay, so Chuck Pagano is a pretty big coach. He, of course, is the coach of the Colts. He received a contract extension. Great guy, great coach. His team went down in the shitter this year, so he didn't. It wasn't sure if he was going. I should rephrase. We, as a people, especially people in Indianapolis, weren't sure if he was going to receive a contract extension. This was the end of his contract. And the general manager also received a contract extension. His name is Ryan Grigson. And some of you saw my short rant that I posted to both my Facebook page and the podcast Facebook page. So the beginning is going to sound exactly the way it did because I typed this and then went on for it. So here we go. Chuck Pagano has received a contract extension. The GM has also received a contract extension. This is a mistake. Pagano is a great coach, very deserving of a contract extension. However, general manager, GM, Ryan Grigson, is an egocentric, incompetent jackass. He is the reason the team is in decline. He can't draft worth of shit. He can't get free agents, and he cannot trade. Pagano should be placed in charge of player acquisition, and you should let go of Mr. Grigson. This topic and many more will be discussed on the podcast tomorrow, which is obviously what I'm doing right now. All right, so let's do this. Colt throughout the years, they really only have tossed players around. They sign a guy, let a guy go. They bring up a guy from the practice squad, let him go a week later, bring him back, bring out this guy, send this guy down, re-sign this guy, pick this guy up, let him go 2 days later. I'm not being dramatic. I looked up their transactions, trying to find a free agency signing of a player who's shit. He's still on their team. He fumbles the ball a lot, hasn't really played much, and I was like, all right, I want to figure out when they got him. And as I was looking through the transactions page, thanks to ESPN, all I could find, or no, it was the NFL Network. Sorry, the NFL.com. I was going through their acquisitions. It was either ESPN or NFL. Anyway, going through their acquisitions, and it was the longest list of bullshit I've ever seen. Well, that minus anybody talking about Donald Trump. See what I did there? I can't remember the name of the guy. All right, I'll go through this. John Doe, cornerback. Signed John Doe January 4th. Or September 15th. We'll say September 15th of this past year. Signed him to the practice squad. Not sure what we're going to do with him. September 18th. Let him go. September 19th. Re-signed. Put back on the practice squad. September 24th. Let go. September 22nd. Or I said the 24th. The 25th. Re-signed. Put back on the team. On the 29th, got put back on the practice squad. On the 30th, got let go. October 4th. Signed back. And this goes on for months. If you don't know what to do with a guy, let him go. It's not worth keeping him. Let the guy go and figure out what you're going to do from there. Don't, I'm going to resign you, and I'm going to let you go 2 days later. And then I'm going to resign you a week after that. And then 3 days after I signed you, I'm going to let you go. And then I'm going to bring you back in like a day. And then about 2 hours after I sign you, I'm going to let you go again. Because I'm not really sure what to do with you. Okay, then let go of him. Find somebody who works, or leave it the hell alone. All right, I mentioned the draft. That they don't draft well. In the 2012 draft, they had the first overall pick. Where did they go with the first overall pick? It's a rhetorical question. They went with Luck. Pretty much everybody knows that. They went Andrew Luck. And everybody praised the GM. Oh, he went after Andrew Luck. Oh, he made this huge pickup. Thank God he went with Luck. Okay, a monkey could have picked Luck. The squid that picked the World Cup winner could have picked that they were going to go with Andrew Luck. I don't know why he got praised for that. It was blatantly obvious that Luck was your pick. You should have gone with him, and they did. Right after that, it's the next round, they went after Kobe Fleener, tight end out of Stanford, which was smart because you got a tight end that Luck was used to throwing to, which is always a good idea. If you get a quarterback in like the second round, third round, you got to go after things you need first. But I mean, if you need like a wide receiver and you drafted, I'll use an example, Cardale Jones out of Ohio State. Draft Cardale Jones. I wouldn't suggest taking him in the first round, but for shits and giggles, we'll say that was my third pick. I needed a quarterback badly, so I went and got, well, I'll use it more realistic, Connor Cook. I went and got Connor Cook. And it's not because I'm a Michigan or Michigan State fan. I don't care. I'm just using him as an example. And I'm going through the draft, and McGarrett Kings, or Aaron Burnbridge. Aaron Burnbridge went. He decides to go to the draft. And I'm sitting there in the second, third round, and I could use one more receiver. And I go, I don't know who to take here. I don't know. Clemson's got some good receivers. Ohio State's got a couple good receivers. Other teams got a couple good receivers. I'm not really sure where to go. I would personally look at Burnbridge a little more because, well, my quarterback knows he can throw to him. He threw to him in college. I need a receiver. I'll go with him. Why do you do that? I don't have to go through training camp and have him go, I don't know who any of you guys are. I've never thrown to you. I've never used offensive package. If we're using a similar playbook you used in college, I'd like to get you as many guys who used to play with. I don't mean draft the team. I mean, sorry, my nose has been runny and it itches like a motherfucker. So it's kind of bugging me. But, yeah, I'm flipping the channel. Yeah, work. I've done that 3 times now. There we go. Sorry, I like to have the herd on because when I'm done doing this, that's what I do. I watch a lot of sports talk shit. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If I'm running a similar package that you used in college, I want someone that you're used to using on the team. So a good move, I say personally when it comes to Fleener, because it was somebody he's used to. Third round, Dwayne Allen, tight end, Clemson. All right, so you needed help at tight end. You went and got a very good tight end, Dwayne Allen. Good choice. Fourth round, T.Y. Hilton. Because I believe it was the fourth round. I don't know. I have the picks numbered. I didn't have what round they were in. Then he goes after, with the 92nd pick, T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, I mean, he's doing good now, but when you first got him, doing well now. Sorry, good is not correct. When you got him, wasn't really sure. I mean, obviously he's very useful, but wasn't 100% certain as to what the hell happened there. All right, with 136, they go after Josh Chapman. 170, they go after Vic Ballard. Then they bring in Levon Brazil, Justin Anderson, and Tim Fugger. F-U-G-G-E-R. Thank God I don't work for ESPN and I have to say that name very often because I would fuck up. And I would say fucker by accident. Because you look at his name and you read it and you go, Fugger. Yeah, I would make that mistake. I wanted to go after what I said about free agents after that. And it's just too big of a pain in the ass. That's when I noticed the bring a guy in, let him go. Bring a guy in, let him go. Bring a guy in, let him go. So that's why I said, fuck it. I was looking for like a list of here were the free agents that they took in free agency. As in, undrafted guys, people you picked up before the draft, things like that. That's not what I could find. So I said, fuck it, and decided to not do that. In 2013, the next year, they select with their first pick, I'll say, it wasn't the first overall, it was whatever pick they had. Bjorn Warner, then they went with Hugh Thornton, Khalid Holmes, Monterey Hughes, John Boyette, Kerry Williams, Justice Cunningham, and of those 7 people, of all those people, there's only 7 of those guys still on the team. What I mean by on the team, on either both the active roster, injured reserve, and on that is of both, by the way, 12 and 13. 7. That's fucking sad. 7 of the guys that you took out of 2 years rounds are still 2 years rounds. 2 years drafts are left on the team. Other than that, everybody else is gone. And that includes practice squad. I don't know if I said that. Injured reserve, injured with intent to come back, active roster, and practice squad. In 14, they didn't have a first round pick. That's how they got luck. They bought. Technically, they did buy you. So they brought in Jack Newhart from Ohio State, Dante Moncrief, Justin Newsome, Andrew Jackson, Ehrlich John. Of that draft alone, 3 players are on the team, or on the roster somewhere. In 15, they brought in Dorsett, Smith, Anderson, Gaithers, Perry, Robinson, Herrera, and good. Perry is his nose tackle. He went to Stanford. He's done okay. He's got 15 solo tackles, 16 assists, and 1 sack. That's not great, but not bad. What do I mean by it's not bad? You do have 15 tackles. You have 16 assists. I count that as, it would be half. I count that as itself. So, not bad. You've gotten in the backfield and at least made some sort of effort, or you've made some form of effort to tackle the guy when he goes near you. However, the 1 sack I find a bit sad. Why do I say that's a bit sad? When I drafted you, I'm looking at his end, in the, let's see, what round would he have gotten him? I'm trying to find where that set him. So, in the 4th or 5th round, again, I don't remember what picks were what. It was either the 4th or the 5th round. I expect you to have some form of impact on my team, and you really haven't done that. Of course, I don't know how many games he started. I think I read he started 11 games. Not great, not bad. I mean, considering the output that you have, I believe it was 11 games. That's not bad. It's not great, but usually will work. The guy you picked in the first round, Philip Dorsett. 18 receptions, 225 yards, 1 touchdown. He also has 3 rushes for 17 yards, 2 fumbles, 1 lost. That was your first pick. That was your first pick. I'm not trying to repeat myself. I'm not having a stroke. Well, maybe I'm having a stroke. I'm just baffled. But that was your first pick. We'll go after receiver. Mind you, we have T.Y. Hilton, who we're trying to make an all-star, like a number 1 receiver. They picked up Andre Johnson. They've got Levon Brazil, who's I'd say 4th-ish slot guy. You've got, let me look up the roster. I'm going to look up the roster and read to you the names they have minus Philip Dorsett. Minus rookies. I'll say that. Minus rookies. And I don't mean 1 years. I mean, or 1-year players. I mean rookies. There we go. Colts roster coming from www.colts.com/team/roster. This is their page. Of the receivers they have, you have Quan Bray. Oh, never mind, he's a rookie. What's that? Hang on. Andre Johnson. T.Y. Hilton. Dante Moncrief. They have 1 more. Oh, no, they don't. Unless he's injured. He might be hurt. Look, he's hurt. Oh, he's not. That's a rookie, too. Well, what the hell? Maybe they let him go. They had another guy. I can't think of his name right now. Now I'm looking at the practice squad. Nope, they must have let him go. Okay, of that, you have a decent set. Then you went out and you got, from the rookies, Quan Bray, who's a bust. I can tell you that right now. He didn't do well when he was in Auburn. How's he supposed to do well in the NFL? Philip Dorsett, which of course we're talking about. That's a tackle. That's a linebacker. That's a tackle. That's a tackle. And that's running back. Tackle. Corner. Running back. Deron Carter from Coffeyville Community College. That's fucking sad. Here we go. Reserve. Oh, never mind. He's not there either. And Josh Stangby, another rookie. That's where Desmond Salford went. That explains a lot. And you wonder why your team's not doing well. In the case of the receivers, you didn't have to go there. You could have gotten somebody else. Now, I'm not saying Dorsett's doing bad. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver. I'm not saying you're not doing well. Sorry. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver. I'm not saying that he's not, wasn't worth the pick. I just don't know if you should have gone that high to get him. What do I mean by you shouldn't have gone that high to get him? Let me see what pick they had. I think they were in the top 15. 2015 NFL Draft Tracker. Here we are. That's how often I research this stuff. I love watching to see who people pick. I keep track of it for the most part. The draft is just interesting to me. NFL Draft. Because you actually have to try and build a team based off your draft. Indianapolis Colts. This is coming to me by the NFL.com. They picked him with the 29th pick. Oh, never mind. 29? I don't know. And then they got Deion Smith with their third round pick. All right. I don't know what happened to their second one. They either traded it away or. Yeah, they did. They traded it for the Bucks. And then with another one, they went and got Henry Anderson. So, 29. I probably would have traded away 29, personally. And if you'd have gotten him with the first pick in the third round, which is what they had, 65 overall, and you got Philip Dorsett there, that would have made sense. Trying to think back to the receiver class. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, I can. Positions. Wide receiver. Yeah, all right, I guess. Okay, now I'm looking at it again, and I'm still going to go with my original assessment that you could have taken him a little later. But again, I'm looking at everything. Wasn't a great draft, to be honest with you, when it comes to receivers. Marco Alford, Tony Lippett, who actually isn't a receiver anymore. Justin Hardy, who did he go to actually? Falcons, that's right. Evan Spencer. All right, never mind. I retract everything I said. Now that I'm looking at the receiver class again, you know what? It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. That particular pick. I'm going ahead and going to say, again, not great. I thought you should go on a line, but whatever. He's a little bit undersized. I guess he could be doing better next year. Again, I'm trying to think also, without luck, yeah, you did okay. Out of a first-round pick, I would expect a lot more. But, again, I forgot. That's right. You got to take into consideration, they're without luck for, since week 4. Okay. So let's discuss the 2016 draft real quick. It goes in correspondence with the Colts. With the 2016 NFL draft, who's this from? Campus Sports. It's from the NFL. I don't believe half of the things they said on here, to be honest with you. But it does give you a slight look in as to what's going on. I'm not going to go over everything real quick because first I'm going to do the Colts. I'll go over it in a minute. I'm trying to think, what pick do they have? Ravens, Niners, Dolphins, Bucks, Giants, Bears, Saints, Lions. No, Eagles, Lions, right? Eagles, Raiders, Rams. Oh, that's right. We have the 16th pick now. Lions, that is. 18. Okay. Indianapolis has the 18th overall pick for the first round. They have them getting Zeke Elliott. Normally, I would argue with you on this, but you're sitting at 18 and Zeke Elliott is there. This is the one time okay, so I agree with a couple of the picks on here, but for the most part, nada. If you're sitting at 18 and Zeke Elliott's there, take him. I'm not saying this because I'm an Ohio State fan, even though I don't mind Ohio State. I'm saying this because I had, and my cousin's going to hate me for saying this, but you know what? This is honestly what I thought. I looked at Ohio State, the Buckeyes, and I said, yeah, you've got great players. You've got good recruits. You've got a very good offensive line. Very good team. But you played a shit schedule this year. And you played against those shit teams. Just look at how they played. They did that. They played I really do mean they played so-so. You had a couple really good games. There were quite a few, though, where you played shit opponents and did not so hot. So I had question marks about the team. Now, I don't mean I have question marks about how the team played. Or about how the team, is as a whole. I had question marks about how the team played. Okay, did they come in over cocky? Did they just not care? Does the coach not have any control over his players, and this is why they're playing like shit? But, things have changed. They've played better. Since the loss, they kind of woke up, really, I think, and started playing extremely well. But like I said, at 18, with the Colts, if you see Zeke Elliott there, you take him. Because at the running back position, again, I'm going to pull that back up. I forgot I was going to touch base on that. No, not that draft kit. He goes, Colts draft picks. Thank you, Google. No, that's not what I need at the moment. Colts roster, there we are. Going back to www.com or www.colts.com/team/roster. If I could read things, it'd be helpful. At the running back position, at the moment, you have Frank Gore, which I already said. Dan Boom Herron, who doesn't really play. Trey Williams, I have to make sure I say this. I'm not just going through it and not saying things. That's really it. On the injured reserve list, you have Tyler Varga. Oh, that's the kid out of Yale. I let him go. On the practice squad, you have Ladarius Perkins out of Mississippi State. Practice squad / injured, you have Josh Robinson out of Mississippi State. That's it. So you got 6 guys. Which out of those? Let me see. Okay, when was that posted? March 10th. Okay. So, according to CBS Sports, Frank Gore plans to sign a 3-year, $12 million deal. That was in March. So let's say, I believe he did. Yeah, he did. He signed that deal, I believe. Yeah, signed a 3-year, $12 million contract on March 10th. So, that's from CBS Sports. So Frank Gore's there for another 2 years, counting this one. You keep him. For several reasons. 1, he's really that good. 2, you need him. 3, what else are you going to get? You got to keep players who are worth something to you. And I think Frank Gore still has something in the tank, player-wise, for your team. So you keep him. So I think That's my opinion, of course. Keep him. Boom Herron out of Ohio State, you cut him. He's not going to play. It's one of those where you go, is he worth keeping time, money, and is he going to play? Probably not. Cut him. Where's the other guy? Trey Williams out of Texas A&M. Keep him. See what he does. That's where I go with that. Okay, he's a rookie. Let's see what he develops into. Off your injured reserve guys, Tyler Varga did have some value. He did prove that he was useful. So, okay, you keep him for now. Ladarius Perkins, cut him. He's not going to play. Practice squad injured. Josh Robinson, keep him. That puts you down to 3 running backs, 3 or 4. Everybody else at the running back position, snip, snip, bye-bye. And you bring in Zeke Elliott. And I think that the top 2 guys you run with then would be Frank Gore and Zeke Elliott. Part of the reason why a lot of people are probably going to argue with me on that when it comes to Frank Gore, they don't have an offensive line. So, if for some reason you're at 18, let me look here a second. I think they had him going a few picks before this. Yeah, they did. They had him going to St. Louis. So, on here, they have St. Louis getting Laquan Treadwell. Let's say, for shits and giggles, Laquan Treadwell is still there at 18. If it'll scan forward. There we go. 18, Colts. Zeke Elliott's gone. We'll say that for shits and giggles. Zeke Elliott got picked by, I don't know, the Bills. Actually, I think the Bills had the 19th pick. Anyway, he gets picked. He's gone. I would take Laquan Treadwell. Why? Big receiver, strong, gives me somebody else to hit because Andre Johnson's pretty much at the end of his rope. Get rid of him, or he's going to retire. One of the two. Okay, here comes the fun part. You're going to hear me tab over like 90 times. I guess I got to get to page number 32 or 33. Cardinals, Broncos, okay. Panthers, and then 33. Round 2. As of round 2, they've got... There we go. Colts at 50, and they got him getting Joshua Perry. Okay. Again, not a bad pick. I don't think he's going to be there, personally. If someone like that is there, yeah, maybe. Maybe you go after him. I'm at that point where, yeah, if Zeke Elliott's there at 18, absolutely. If Joshua Perry is there at 50, I'm thinking, hang on. You do need help on the defensive side. But I don't think that's where you go. I'd go offensive line. But that's also because I don't think Joshua Perry will be up there anymore. I think he'll be long gone. Because I'm looking at some of these teams where they have him going cornerback or wide receiver. Yeah, no, you're not. You'd be stupid to pick a wide receiver. I'll give you an example. In the second round, they have Detroit getting Jonathan Bullard. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We don't need him. And I'm not saying we don't need another defensive end. We could use another defensive end, but it's not really a priority. So in the second round, don't go defensive end. You'd be a fucking moron to go defensive end. In the second round, pick something you need. Jonathan Bullard, we could use you. I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah, we could use another defensive end. On the other side of Zeke. Or Ziggy. Sorry, Ziggy. I mixed him and Zeke Elliott up. Sorry. On the other side is Ziggy Ansah. But at the moment, we've got Jason Jones. So I'm not really going to argue. We've got Jason Jones. we're okay. We got a guy. It's not great, but he works. He's fine. I say you keep him there, re-sign him. Worst case, he's a backup. But my point is, if someone like that and you need them is there, you take it. If not, then you don't. In this case, for Joshua Perry, I don't think he'll be there. I think he'll be gone. In that case, you go offensive line. And you take... I'm looking at some of the names here. Nope. Overrated. Decent. Really good pick. That'd be a steal. I'll read these in a minute. Not going to happen. That would be a steal. Not going to happen. Okay, for argument's sake, they have 49 Ryan Kelly going to Alabama. Or from Alabama, going to the Rams center. That would be a good pick for the Colts. If he's still there, you need a center. You need offensive line. That'd be a good pick. Nope. All right. Or you could take, what's his name? Tunsil, not Laramie, the other guy. From Texas, I think he's Texas Christian. His last name is Tunsil. I can't think of his first name off the top of my head. It's not Laramie. Laramie they have going like third, which I think is a bit overrated, but he is a tackle, so it might happen. You never know. Okay. That's my rant about the Colts, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. Yep, that's my rant about the Colts. Okay, so I'm going to quick go over the mock draft on here, and I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm not trying to bully somebody on here. I'm not trying to be like a dick. I said, okay, so what I said is the NFL.com forwarded this to their site, their Facebook page. And they were like, this is what we think the draft's going to be like. And I was like, here's what I had to say. You're a fucking moron. Okay, this is a little old, so if some of the picks aren't accurate, I apologize. This is the latest one they've put up. First pick, Tennessee, Joey Bosa. I could see that happening. If he doesn't go first, he's going second. Because second's Cleveland. And they've got them getting Paxton Lynch. Normally, I would argue that you don't need a quarterback that early, but Paxton Lynch, yeah, that's a decent pick for the Browns. They need a quarterback. You've got a really, really old guy who's not doing that great. He had a couple good games, but for the most part, down the shitter he went. You got Austin Davis, who I think is a good quarterback, but he's a really good backup. I wouldn't really want him as my starter. Not saying he can't grow into a starter, just at the current moment, not really a starter. He's a great backup, though. And Johnny Worthless, who I'd get rid of immediately. So Paxton Lynch, good pick. Third, they got, of course, the Chargers, Laramie Tunsil. Not going to argue with you there. They need offensive line. They need pretty much everything. They're like Detroit. We could use everything. Dallas getting Jared Goff. Again, don't think you go quarterback that early, but they do need one. So it depends. There's a rumor going around that Dallas is going to try to get either Johnny Worthless or RG3. So if you get one of those guys, you don't need a quarterback, then you go somewhere else. I would say pretty good on offensive line. Probably defensive line. Either defensive line or a linebacker. But on here they have him getting Jared Goff. If you don't get a quarterback, free agency or trade, Jared Goff's a good pick. Fifth, Jacksonville. They have them getting Jalen Ramsey. It's a decent pick. Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's a good pick. I'd go after him that early. You need defense. I say their offense, the Jags, is pretty good. They've addressed a lot of issues. Your defense is a big problem. That would be a good pick. I don't know if you keep him at corner, though. Might move him to safety. Baltimore getting Miles Jack at linebacker. No argument there. Niners getting Connor Cook. I don't see that happening at all. No, don't do it. They're not going to get Connor Cook. I don't know who they're going to get, but it's not going to be Connor Cook. You should probably address something like, I don't know, your offensive line, your defensive line, your linebackers, your safeties, pretty much all the positions that you have trouble at. Yes, quarterback is one of them. But I think that Blaine Gabbert could fill that void if you're looking for a pocket-style quarterback for right now. Next year, absolutely go. This year, nah. Not unless you're in like the 5th round and you see somebody that's decent. I also don't think Connor Cook's going to go that high. Every year they do that. It's going in the first 6 picks, it's going to be receiver, lineman, quarterback. That never actually happens. 8th, Miami. They have him getting Vernon Hargreaves. He stays in Florida. That's a great pick for Florida. Go for it. I don't think he'll be there, but if he is, go for it. They have Tampa Bay getting Ronnie Stanley. Again, I hate to see one of my anybody on a lot of people on Notre Dame. I call him a boy. Stanley definitely deserves that title. He's amazing. I hate to see him go to Tampa Bay and protect that team because I'm not a fan of Tampa Bay. But you know what? They do need it, and he definitely would help the team. So if that's who they take, that's fine. I don't see them going really anywhere else unless they go and get like Taylor Decker from Ohio State. They need offensive line, though. So the New York Giants getting Shaq Lawson, I don't see that happening. I see them probably getting a tackle. Because you got JPP who's working on his hand. I'm trying to think. There's somebody else on the other side. I can't come up with his name right now. Hang on, I'll Google it. When in doubt, ask Google. New York Giants. I don't need their roster, but I'll enter that first. Hang on. I don't need the roster. I need the depth chart. Thank you. So next suggestion. This is coming from the Giants webpage, www.giants.com/team/depth chart. Offense. I need the defense. Defense. Go. Robert Ayers right now is there. After that, it's Kerry Wynn and then Stanley Mapanga. Backing up JPP is George Selvey and Brad Bars. Yeah, I don't think defensive end's really a need. It'd be nice, but again, I don't think that's going to happen. If I were you, I'd go after offensive line. Again, I think Bucks, you take Decker, and the Giants take Stanley. Chicago getting Jalen Smith, linebacker. I don't think he's going in the draft. Of course, then again, the NFL doesn't. It's one of the things I don't like about this. Because we think this person might go. Okay, have they said they're going to go? Because if they don't say they're going, then I automatically assume no, they're not going. Linebacker is a need for the Bears. That's a decent pick at linebacker. However, he's not going. I can tell you that right now. So if you're still 100% certain going linebacker, I'd actually, and a lot of people are going to crucify me for this. Again, haven't heard if he's going. But if he does, I'd go after Noah Spence. You need an outside linebacker. You take the guy you need. If you don't go linebacker, and you go line, which, again, you could use some help at, I see you getting... help me with his name. He's one of the top picks on here. Give me a second. No. That's not it. I said he's going somewhere else. No. Hang on. I don't have a list of people in front of me, so I have to go through it like this. No. Oh, that'd be another good pick. If you're going linebacker, Reggie Racklin would be a decent pick for them. Hey, Sean. No. Damn it. Hang on. CBS Sports. When it comes to CBS Sports, why I prefer them as opposed to the NFL.com is because I can pull up every single prospect in the draft, including those who might go. I just like their website a little bit more. NFL.com is 100% useful. I use the crap out of their site. It's just, in this case, I can find what I'm looking for. Tackle. In the case of when it comes to the two of these, I can look up every single prospect on CBS, where NFL, I can't, which really sucks. Okay, let's see here. Gone. Jack Conklin, that's his name. I couldn't come up with that for the life of me. He currently is an underclassman. If he goes, that would be a great pick. Jermaine Ifedi out of Texas A&M, again, if he goes, great pick. If we're going after somebody who absolutely should be going, because they're a senior, John Theus would be a good pick. He's out of Georgia. Kyle Murphy out of Stanford. I'm sorry, I'm going to slaughter your name. Again, if you don't go tackle and you go linebacker in the second round, I would suggest you go tackle. In that case, you go after, I'm going to slaughter your name. I apologize. Out of Texas Christian, Halapavalti Vital. Sorry, your name's a fucking nightmare. HALAPOULLVAATI. So I think that's another L. Last name VAITAI. Yeah, I tried. I can only try so hard to pronounce your name. After a while, I kind of have to give up. I'm sorry. New Orleans, they have been getting Robert Camdici. Again, thank you, NFL and ESPN and CBS, for saying his last name as opposed to just leaving it on a screen, because I had no idea that's how it was pronounced. His name is spelled Nkemdiche. And he has a half-brother named Robert Camdici as well. Talk about confusing. One's a tackle, one's a linebacker. The Saints getting Robert Camdici out of Ole Miss. It's a pretty good pick. I'm not sold on it, but if they got him, I wouldn't complain. It's a decent pick. He's a good player. I personally think they're going to go after who they have next on Philadelphia, which would be Buckner, DeForest Buckner out of Oregon. Because he fits your scheme. He's got good quickness. He's very powerful, move people. That would be a great pick, I personally think, for the Saints. Simply because it's something you need a little bit more than tackle. The Eagles, as I said, they have them getting DeForest Buckner. I don't think they get DeForest Buckner because two reasons. One, it's the Eagles. Two, it's something they need. Again, arguing that it's the Eagles. Three, defensive end's not a huge need. I mean, yes, of course, you need a defensive end, but you could get somebody in free agency as opposed to using a pick. Not saying they're not going to take DeForest Buckner. You easily could. I personally think, again, your problems lie with your offensive line. And I would go... This is why I left the CBS Sports thing open. I would go... Where is it? Nope. There we go, offensive guard. Sorry, it's in alphabetical order on here, so it takes me a second. Because my head goes quarterback guard. That's not how it's listed. I would go after Vidal Alexander. That's a good pick out of LSU. Spencer Drango, Baylor. That'd be a great pick. No. Connor McGovern, maybe, out of Missouri. Eric okay, it's either McLean or McLean. There's a space. I don't know if that space is put there on purpose or if somebody bumped it. He's out of Clemson. That'd be a good pick for guard because Clemson's line is amazing. For the Eagles, I think you should go offensive line, not defense. Oakland, they have him getting Taylor Decker. Again, you do need offensive line, but I don't think you get Decker. I think Decker's gone by then. And again, that's where you go after Vitali. Is that what I said his name is? TCU. I'm just going to say the guy from TCU. I'm done trying to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Your name is a fucking nightmare. And I don't watch a lot of TCU ball, so I don't get a chance to hear your name said. I know who you are, but your name, I don't know. Again, John Theus, Kyle Murphy. Jermaine Fetty would be a really good pick for that team. And I'm not just naming people. I mean, Jermaine Fetty would actually fit quite well with the Eagles, I think. That's what I'm saying, right? Is the Eagles anyone? I forget. No, Oakland. Sorry, Oakland. Well, he would fit the Oakland even better. Actually, I would argue. So allow me to explain this. This is kind of funny. So to list the schools, the prospects, this is the top. Let me see, where is he at? Oh, good. It actually is top 10. I'm saying, like, I don't want it to be like the top 15. Happens to be the top 10. Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan State, Texas A&M, Auburn, Indiana, Georgia, Stanford, Western Michigan. So somebody's going to get Willie Beavers out of Western Michigan, and I'm not making up that name. And I don't know what to think of him. Again, Western Michigan's not really televised. It's not a far drive from here, but I haven't gone to see it. As I said, the Rams are getting Laquan Treadwell, supposedly, on here, this mock draft. No argument, you do need a receiver. And Laquan Treadwell's a great fit. I'm going to go back to CBS. If you don't get Laquan Treadwell, I do believe. No, wrong button. I do believe you do need a receiver. I'm not going to argue that. You need a receiver. Your offensive line's pretty good. Again, I would replace people, move people around, maybe get another guy, but it's not a huge need. You have problems moving the ball, minus on the ground. But I don't know if you go after Laquan Treadwell that early. That noise is my puppy snoring. But I go after Laquan Treadwell, absolutely. But for some reason, let's say you don't. And you go, well, you start thinking about it, I don't know. To give you an idea, Laquan Treadwell on here is the number one guy. And he is absolutely going. I saw that he announced that, was it 2 days ago? It was 2 days ago. Laquan Treadwell, you take him. No argument, absolutely. But for some reason, let's say he's gone, or I don't know, he does poorly in the combine or something, and you have second thoughts. I could see Tyler Boyd. He does end up going. Again, I haven't heard anything from Pittsburgh yet. That would be similar. Michael Thomas, 6'3". Again, if he goes out of Ohio State, wouldn't be bad. Somebody's going to steal this kid, and I know what's going to happen at 5'10", and that's Sterling Shepard. Whoever takes him, I would do this. Whoever takes Sterling Shepard, just in case this happens. If he doesn't do well at the combine, always remember Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater did at the combine, not great. And everybody went, oh, he's a bust, don't take him. Yeah, how's he doing now? Last I checked, he's in the playoffs. So, the combine doesn't mean as much as people think. It's just a nice thing to look at to see how you do mechanically, is how I like to say it. Because there's some people I've seen that bombed at the combine or haven't done very well. And then you put them on the field and they play just fine. But Sterling Shepard wouldn't be a bad pick for the Rams either if Laquan is gone. Okay, here's a big one that makes you want to just slap whoever made this outside the head. The Lions will get Tre'Davious White. Yeah, we don't need help at corner. We don't. We don't need a corner. Shut the fuck up. We don't need a corner. I will argue that until I'm blue in the face. We do not need a corner. We need offensive line. Again, I'm going to repeat these guys' names probably more than once again. If for some reason Ronnie Stanley's still up there, take him. Jermaine Ifedi, Jason Spriggs out of Indiana. Let's go a little further down the page here to give you some more names. Taylor Mars out of Wisconsin. Dominic Jackson out of Bama. Tyler Johnston, Oregon. Brandon Shell. Those kind of guys. Tackles. We need tackles. We need guards. We need a fucking center. I'll go through the centers because I haven't gone through those guys yet. I've gone through the tackles about 9 times now. Let me see here. Center. So C would be at the top. Yep, there it is. Nick Martin, Ryan Kelly, Mark Turk, Jack Allen, Evan Boheme, Austin Blythe, Mike Matthews, Siaso Alano, Joey Hunt, and Kyle Friend of Temple. There's your top 10. Pick one of those guys. The Lions, I pray to God you pick one of those guys. Personally, I lean Nick Martin because he's from Notre Dame and I've watched him. But Jack Allen would be a good pick. Turk would be a good pick. Kelly, I wouldn't argue. Again, center. Pick offensive line. Stay the fuck away from safeties, from corners. That's something that we do, and I don't get it. At all. At all. Period. I don't get it. They'll go after a corner. Okay. Do you know what we have at corner? We have Quandre Diggs, who's played fine when we played him. We have Darius Slay, who's very good. Could we use a corner? Absolutely. Do you pick him in the first round? Fuck no. You wait. Their argument on here is going up against Aaron Rodgers, Jay Cutler, and Teddy Bridgewater means that secondary should be up to par. Our secondary's okay. Our defensive line sucks. Our linebackers perfectly fine. Our offense can't move the ball. So we need line. The Falcons getting Emmanuel Ogbah. That's the 17th pick. No arguments there. He's out of Oklahoma State, defensive end. Take him. You could use help at defense. I already said the Colts at 18 getting Zeke Elliott. No argument. The Bills getting Reggie Ragland. Yeah, you could use a linebacker. That's a good pick. The Jets. Carson Wentz out of North Dakota State. Yeah, you're not going to get a quarterback. It's not going to happen. Here's why. Let's look at the Jets. You picked a quarterback last year, who I think plays perfectly fine, even though you haven't played him. You've got man with a busted jaw who you need to cut, Geno Smith. And you've got Ryan Fitzpatrick. If Ryan Fitzpatrick, again, I don't know his contract. I can look it up. I don't feel like it. I'll Google it later. You can Google it. Feel free. But you don't take a quarterback. I see them getting running back maybe, offensive line, a receiver, maybe one more receiver, defensive backs. Defensive line, you're pretty much set. Linebacker, maybe a linebacker, and say again, try to think. Again, a couple aging guys there. Those would be good picks. Don't take a quarterback, especially somebody from North Dakota State. No, don't do that. They got the Steelers taking Andrew Billings, defensive tackle, Baylor. No argument there. You could use a defensive tackle. The Seahawks getting A'Shawn Robinson. I don't see them picking anybody. I see them trading that first pick away, seeing as how they've done that the last 2 years in a row. 2 or 3. The Vikings taking Michael Thomas. It's a good pick. I see that. No argument there. Kansas City getting Kenny Clark. No. They're not going to take Kenny Clark. They're going to take... their offense is okay. I see them taking a receiver. Maybe. They haven't been a linebacker. Let me look that up. Crap. I thought that was the suggestion. I didn't click to it though. Maybe a running back. I'd wait. DJ Alexander at linebacker out of Oregon State. This is a problem. It's just giving me linebacker. It's not going to get me the actual position. So I don't need that. I need a depth chart. Oh, yay. Google being slow as fuck. Ta-da. There we go. No, I need the depth chart. There we go. This is coming from kcchiefs.com, team/depth chart. Here we go. I know who they have a quarterback. I'm not stupid. It's one of the things that pops up. It's like, quarterback is... Really? I would have never guessed that. Inside. Derek Johnson, DJ Alexander. Okay. Josh Moga and Ramik Wilson. Yeah, I'd take a middle linebacker. Because outside you got Tamba Hali, D Ford. That's fine. On the other side you got Justin Houston, Frank Samba, and Desmond Moses, which is fine. Defensive line, they got Mike DeVito, Raheem Nunes Rojas. Nose tackle, you got Jay Howard, Dontari Poe, who I think is very good, David King. The other side, you got Alan Bailey, Nick Williams. Your backfield's pretty much set. Again, you might want to get maybe one more corner, but I'd wait. Because you got Marcus Peters, so you're good there. You got Eric Berry, Ron Parker, Tyvon Blanche, Daniel Sorensen, Hussein Abdullah, Nelson Fleming. Yeah, I'd get defensive. I'd go middle linebacker. Let me see. Who would I take? I've done it like 4 times now. Sorry, the way I'm doing this, I'm looking at all the prospects. And it's got year, position, college. Problem is, I keep clicking on the damn college. Not the position. Yes, inside linebacker. Sorry, for some reason it clicked over to free safety. I was like, that's not what I'm trying to look at here. Load. There we go. Raglan will be gone. Scooby Wright. That wouldn't be bad. Scooby Wright the third would be a good pick. No. Josh Forrest is pretty weak inside linebackers, guys. Antonio Morrison from Florida, maybe. Blake Martinez out of Stanford, that'd be a decent pick. I'd stick with Scooby Wright. If he's still there, you go after Scooby Wright. Hey, speaking of the devil, Washington. Scooby Wright. No, I say Washington needs to go offensive line. Either offensive line, you got a couple good receivers, you got a decent backfield. Your quarterback, if you stick with Cousins, is fine. Tackle, you've got that guy from Denver, I think. Once again, let's take a little trip down to the Washington Redskins depth chart. I've Googled this before for my fantasy team, so thank God it popped up. I didn't have to type out Washington Redskins and wait for it to give me a suggestion. Offensively, Morris, Jones, Thompson, Thomas, Darrell Young, Cousins, McCoy, Griffin, Garcon, Ross, Jensen, Smith, Reed, Moses, Sakay, Sharif, Kwanjo. Yeah, I'd go center. Center or guard. Trent Williams, don't think you really need to change anything there. Receivers. You're okay at receiver. I mean, you could get another guy, but I'd wait. So O-line. Look at your defense a second. Terrence Knighton. That's the guy I was looking for. It's like his name is, I forget. Terrence Knighton. Chris Baker. Jason Hatcher. Trent Murphy. Compton. Robinson Fields. Maybe middle linebacker. Mason Foster. Perry Riley. Yeah, maybe one more linebacker. Kerrigan, you're fine. Preston Smith, you're fine. Breland, Dunbar, and Harris, corner. Blackman, Everett, Phillips, Hall, Johnson, safety. Look at the safety class a second. Hey, guess what I clicked on again? The wrong button. Safety. Oh, I still have Facebook open. That's what that was. I'm gonna close it real quick. Shit. Of course I closed 2 files at once because of course that's what happened. It didn't work the first time. J-Ron Curse is there. That'd be a good pick. I could see you going J-Ron Curse there. Hang on. Guess what I get to do? Isn't that how you get to it? Nope. Yeah, it is. I guess that's how you get to it. I thought that's how you got to it. It is. Let me find it real quick. Mock draft page 25 to 30. Awesome. Yes, open it. I was like, how do you get to your history? Isn't it Control H? I thought that's what it was. Yeah, it is. Now I gotta wait for it to open. Hang on. J-Ron Kirsch. I'd go after J-Ron Kirsch if I was the Redskins. That's a good pick. Author named Mike Straw. So this is coming from Mike Straw on January 5th. Oh, actually, it was yesterday. Washington Texans. They have the Texans getting Derrick Henry. Okay, first of all, this is the one that made me see that I don't get. But anyway, Houston getting Derrick Henry. I'm not criticizing the guy that wrote this. I'm criticizing. I don't care if Facebook had a notification. It's the only problem I have with the update from Windows 10. I don't care. I hate Windows 10, by the way. Windows 8, perfectly fine. Windows 10, shithole. I'm not criticizing the guy that wrote this. I'm criticizing the NFL Network by going, this is good. It was good if it was written by just a person. Let me figure out what this guy does. If it was just this, I wouldn't criticize the guy. I'd go, okay, this is your idea. It's the fact that the NFL was like trying to pass it off as them. Derrick Henry, I don't see him going. I see the Houston Texans doing this crazy thing called, I don't know, Bill O'Brien taking the quarterback he recruited, which would be Christian Hackenberg. See how that makes sense? Bill O'Brien. Let's see. Seeing as how Christian Hackenberg was his quarterback when he was at Penn State, yeah, that's probably where he's going to go. I had to put zero thought into that. He's not going after Derrick Henry. Even if he goes, you're not going after him. 2 reasons. 1, he won't be there. 2, it'd be pointless to take him. You got Arian Foster, and Alfred Blue. You don't need a running back. Packers getting Leonard Floyd. That's funny. Yeah, they need a linebacker, but that's not where they're going to go. They're going to get Sheldon Day. Defensive tackle. See? They don't need outside. They do need a linebacker, but I don't see him going there. If they did get Leonard Floyd, it's a good pick. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. I just don't think that's where they go. I think you get either Sheldon Day or if Billings is still there, you take him. I didn't pick Sheldon Day because he's from Notre Dame. I picked him based on merit. Let me see. Who else is a tackle? Defensive tackle. Come on. There we go. I don't think if Ashawn Robinson's still there, take him. Kevin Dietschy, I think, will be gone. Jerron Reed would be a good pick for the Packers. Adolphus Washington would be a really good pick too. No. Yeah. Niles Lawrence Stample. I don't know. Again, this one was I said it. Now I'm looking at it going, well, no. Yeah, again, if Kenny Clark's still there, that'd be a good pick. Jerron Reed, Sheldon Day, Adolphus Washington. Those would be good picks for the Packers. I think you got to go tackle. Not saying that you don't need a linebacker. I'm saying tackle at the moment is a little more pressing. Cincinnati getting Adolphus Washington. No argument there. Adolphus Washington, absolutely. Arizona getting Jerron Reed. No, I don't think that's what they need. I think they either go offensive line, because you can never have too many offensive linemen, in my opinion. Receiver, no. Maybe a corner. I'm trying to think off the top of my head real quick. Linebacker? Maybe get an outside linebacker. Tackle, not really. Again, you got a guy. So, if he's there, I see where you went there. I get the pick. I just don't think that's where they're here. I think you go offensive line or maybe even corner. Denver getting Jack Conklin. That's a good pick. I see that happening. If he's up there, you take him. Either Conklin or running back. But if Jack Conklin's sitting there at 30, I see you going there. You need help offensive line. You take the guy. The Panthers, with the last pick, getting Corey Coleman out of Baylor. That's a decent pick. I don't see them getting that particular guy. I see them going receiver, absolutely, but I don't see them getting Corey Coleman. I see them getting, if I can open CBS again, I see them getting, come on, open up. Wide receiver. There it is. Because it's in alphabetical order, it still throws me off, even though I know it's in alphabetical order, because my head automatically goes offense, defense, and that's not how it's written. I see him getting Josh Doxson. Coleman, again, I just don't see them getting him. If they do take him, yay, good for you. Maybe Carew. That'd be a good pick. Leonte Carew out of Rutgers. That'd be a good pick. If Sterling Shepard's still there, you take him. That is a steal at 31. You take that kid and you use him. In the second round, this goes to the second round. They have the Browns getting Tyler Boyd. No. They're not going to. Not saying that they don't take him. If he's there, that's the smart pick, but it's the Browns and they're stupid, so no. Titans getting Ifedi, okay. Devontae Booker going to the Cowboys, that's a good pick. I see that. If Booker's still there, you take him. Niners getting Spriggs, that's a good pick. Chargers getting Desmond King, corner out of Iowa, no. They go offensive line again. You need offensive line. Either offensive line or a receiver. Miami getting Cody Whitehair, offensive guard, Kansas State, sure. The Ravens getting Pharaoh Cooper. I don't like Pharaoh Cooper based on his size. I think he's a little short. And they've already got a guy who's a big bust over there in Baltimore. But if that's... They do need a receiver. So if that's who they think the top pick is for them, go for it. The Baltimore Ravens are weird. They take people that you go, why? Because they think about it. They just do their own thing. So I can see that. The Jags getting Noah Spence. That's a steal at 40. 41, the Giants getting Jaron Kearse. Again, I think Kearse will be gone, but if he's still there, that's a steal for the Giants. Saints getting Will Jackson out of Houston. No. Maybe getting I see where you need a cornerback, but I don't see going there. Rams getting Hackenberg. Hackenberg will be gone. I see them getting, if you go quarterback, which I think would be a mistake, Connor Cook. Because I think he'd still be there. By round 2, Cook will still be there. I think you should go defensive end. No. Well, no. Outside linebacker. I see you going outside linebacker. That's a position you need. Jonathan Bullard going to the Lions. Like I said before, that's a mistake. Lineman. Need an offensive lineman. Carl Nassib going to the Bears. That's a defensive end outside linebacker. That's a good choice. They need it. So the Bucs getting Kendall Fuller. That's a steal at that position. You take it. Buffalo getting Jeremy Cash. That's a good pick. Oakland getting Von Bell. Good pick. Rams getting Kelly out of Alabama. It's a good pick. I'm not going to argue with that. Joshua Perry going to the Colts. I already said I'm not sure about that, but if he's there, that's a good pick. Hunter Henry from Arkansas going to the Falcons. That's not going to happen. They're going to go offensive line. Their offensive line or linebacker. Steelers getting Will Redmond out of Mississippi State. Okay, they do need a corner, so that makes sense. Austin Johnson, defensive tackle, Penn State, going to Texans. No, I think you go offensive line. Washington getting Jonathan Allen out of Alabama. Okay. Seattle going with Gerald Hawkins, offensive tackle, LSU. I can see that. The Jets getting Shalik Calhoun. Absolutely not. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They don't need a defensive end. I think it's funny how they're like, you're going to get defensive end both rounds. I see. Where you already have Muhammad Wilkerson, who they picked last year out of Nebraska. Or no, not. Was it the guy from Nebraska? No, it's the guy from, it was a big cat from UCL, University of Southern Cal. It was Leonard Williams. They got Leonard Williams, who plays both defensive end and tackle, so you don't need that. I think you either go offensive line or receiver, maybe even tight end. They don't need Shalik Calhoun. Sua Craven, University of Southern Cal. I could see him going with Sua Craven or Shalik Calhoun. Green Bay getting Sheldon Day. What can I say? Kansas City getting Vidal Alexander. That makes sense. Will Fuller going to the Bengals. That's funny, seeing as how Will Fuller's not going. I can guarantee that right now. He's not going to the draft. He's staying. Because, see, at Notre Dame, you do this crazy thing. It's called I'm there for school, and then I happen to play ball. The Bengals do need another receiver, I personally think, and I think you go after, let me go here to the thingy. Nope. Jordan Payton would be a good pick. Burbridge. Addison would be a good pick out of Baylor. Maybe Braxton. Maybe Braxton Miller. Again, I'm not sure he's going to stay at receiver. But if he does, that'd be a good pick. O.J. Howard going to the Broncos. Okay. I think you should go defensively, but again, you're pretty much set at defense. You might even trade that pick away, but O.J. Howard would be a decent pick. He's tight end out of Alabama. Cardinals get Tyler Matechev out of Temple, linebacker. Okay. Patriots get Doxson. I can see that. I don't think he'll be there, but if he's there, you take him. And the Cardinals get Artie Burns out of Miami, Florida. Yeah, okay. I'm just thinking about that. Yeah. Corner. I don't know if they get that specific guy, but a corner would be good. Let's see. How much time did I spend on this? I think I spent about a half hour on that.